Hi, I'm Josh and I'm a resident at the James in Sheffield. I own a business called Lock Vintage and I'm going to be answering some questions about vintage clothing. Probably not what I've actually found. Obviously you find like plasters, tissue, that's quite standard really. Got to make sure to check pockets before selling an item. Somebody found in the pocket of one of my items in a sale bin a condom. It was in the wrapper, so you got to look on the bright side. And like messaged me on Instagram, I was like, oh. I sold something on Vinted and somebody complained that the item they received wasn't the item that I sent out. And then Vinted went through their whole kind of customer service and everything and they agreed to send the item back. When the item got back to me, it was an item I've never seen in my life and it was a Ralph Lauren t-shirt with holes in it, armpit stains and dirty and it just stank. So not actually something that I'd bought, just something that had found its way to me. So they deliberately said it wasn't the item that it should have been and instead I got some smelly t-shirt back. I'm sure like over the course of selling vintage clothing, especially when I knew less about what I was selling and maybe I didn't have as much of like a presence or a way of selling the clothes, to actually make the sale, got to sell it cheaper because could be competing with bigger sellers. But there's nothing that comes to mind that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have sold that for that price. I'm gonna go for there's no red flags for buying vintage. If you like an item and the price is right, you should buy it because you're never gonna look back in 10 years, 15 years thinking, oh, I should have never bought that jacket. If you love something, buy it. I mean, the only thing I can think of is single stitch t-shirts sometimes are still pre-wrapped in like plastic cellophane and occasionally they can have dry rot. So you want to check for that, but besides that, anything that's hung up on a hanger, inspect it. If it's all good, buy it, wear it. You can wash it if you like, but a lot of sellers will wash it if it needs washing. I steam everything though. I don't think I've ever checked a label to think how should I clean this. I just wax some stain remover on, put it in the wash. What was the question? I think we're getting away with a lot. A lot of us like vintage sellers that are selling at these events, I think we're getting away with a lot. I think even anything from like 2000s, 2010, 2015, like we're calling it vintage, yeah. No, I mean I'm kind of always buying with like my taste in mind, so items that I would potentially wear myself. So the worst case is I can have it for myself or I can get my money back on it. I've never kind of gone so crazy with my buying to live to regret it. I bought something for £6, sold it for 150 before, but then you can also buy something from a car boot sale at 20p and sell it for £20. So in terms of profit percentage, that's actually better. But of course, the £6 to £150 sale is more exciting. It was a Burberry jumper from a kilo sale, like a knitted one, and all the other jumpers on the rack were just like unbranded, Primark, which you can often get with kilo sales. It's just kind of secondhand clothing. And then like, I saw this piece and I was like, I couldn't believe finding that there. I'm gonna go for just Carhartt as a brand is like a timeless, because even people love the kind of the distressed look, the worn, the workwear. So I think like Carhartt workwear isn't gonna go anywhere because even as time goes on and the pieces get kind of more and more battered, there's something that people really like about this style. I think the tags is always a tell, because like, as Nike has aged, you can kind of tell from a piece if it's an 80s tag, 90s tag, 2000s tag, modern tag, stitching on pieces, how pieces are kind of sewn together, the durability of items and the style. So these are the main ways to tell if a piece is vintage. Not the classics like Nike, Adidas feeler, not the sportswear that I'd say to look out for is Averex, Oakley. Brands like Oakley, O'Neill, Quicksilver at the moment are really popular. Obviously your designer pieces, definitely keep an eye out for brands like Burberry, Aquascutum, anything kind of Prada. So one time I actually went to a wholesaler and I thought I found a 90s Adidas equipment coat and it actually read like Adibobble. I think, yeah, that was it, Adibobble. And it's like, just spell it Adidas. Like, it doesn't really matter at this point. They're doing everything else to make it look like an Adidas jacket, but Adibobble.